Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Now, I had people actually call me and say, yo, OG, I got a question for you. You know, I didn't see no paperwork on Little Woody, so I can't really say that he's snitching. You know what I mean? They said they didn't see no paperwork, and they have the interrogation tapes that I'm getting ready to show you. We're not even gonna play it long because it's sickening. So I'm gonna get right to the point. I'm gonna let y'all know now. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you just subscribing, also hit the notification bell. Let's start this party, man. I'm going to break this down real smooth one time. I don't want to be on this Little Woody thing all day, but from all the phone calls that I'm getting, it seems like this is a topic that need to be addressed, from someone from the street that know to help clarify this. And then y'all make your own content, trying to dispute me or whatever, because that's what rat bastards and potential rat bastards do. All right? Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here, man. We're going to talk about this Little Woody thing because everybody's saying this. I'm going to show you a joint so I don't have to rewind it. I'm going to tell you what you're getting ready to see, and you tell me if your eyes and ears is playing tricks on you. Little Woody's in the interrogation room, right? And, they asking him about someone. He's giving them their name. And then he tells them that, hold on, I took some information in my phone. Or, he produces a picture out his phone and identifies the people. Now, I can see if someone is saying Little Woody did this, but you're seeing this with your own eyes and you're hearing it with your own ears, but yet you're trying to justify what he's doing in this room, turning over his phone to the ops. When you're on the street, they're ops. When you're a citizen, they're not ops. So let's get that right. All right? Now, let's play this tape real quick, man. Listen to it. And watch what happens when he hands the phone over.
He texted me here in Mechanicsville. He in Mechanicsville. What he driving? He was driving a black Impala. I got information, man.
You see that? He said they was driving a black and pearl. I took some information down. You tell me if he looks like he is an officer of the court, if he's a rat, if he's a snitch. He said, I took some information down. He retrieved his phone to take his notes. He's on the streets committing crime, taking notes to turn over to the ops of the street. Now, let me finish this and watch him point this out.
What a girl driving? Blue Baby. I read Toyota Camry. What's her name? What's her nickname? Blue Baby. Her name, Blue Baby? Yeah, her name.
Why they call her Blue Baby?
I went to school with her. I don't know. She in the army.
What's her government name?
What's her first
Look at him pulling his phone out.
I'm trying to think. Her name, she on Instagram. It's a dog like. It's a who? It's a dog like.
This is not snitching to you?
Like D-O-L-L? Yeah. Let me see a picture of her.
Spelling her name out.
I couldn't find her.
Look, now he gonna show them a picture of her and identify her.
Like, why they call you Woody? That was born with your name.
Born with it. It's a damn government name. Your government is Tennessee.
This is how the whole indictment started.
You don't know why they call you that? I wish I knew how to change it, but I still answer to it.
What's your name, bro? What's your name, bro?
What's your name, boy? Look, he pulled the phone out.
But this weekend when they start shooting at you,
Pay attention to this now. Watch Little Woody.
I been up. When I
You
came
trying to prove a point, ain't you?
nah,
You trying to prove a point that you ain't serious, ain't you?
man, it did. I'm not gonna run and hide for somebody to do. They had people think I was hiding because I killed that man.
But at the same time, it's almost like you've been tried and convicted by the street, whether you did or if you didn't do it.
Watch
You
this.
feel me?
He hands him the phone.
Really, honestly, they just killed a lot of.
Now, he's going to point out the picture. And that's not ratting to you? You need paperwork on that?
Which one is her?
Look.
This one.
The night they got the shooting.
That's all we got to say right there, right? That's all we got to say. They asked him, which one is her? And he said, this one right here. That's Woody's phone in the officer's hand. Who turns their phone over to the police and point out pictures of the suspect or the person they're investigating to the police? That's not ratting to you? Okay, let me say this, right? Dude called me, good dude. I'm not even going to say his name, you know what I mean? But I told him straight up that, yo, that looks suspect, you know what I mean? I told him for you to even question, you know, and try and justify what Woody's doing, turning over his phone, pointing out pictures, describing cars, spelling out last names of other people is not snitching. Anybody who questions that, to me, this is just to me because, you know, I'm from the street and I stand on the street code and that's what I live by and this is the way it go. Anyone that does that is a suspect. If you're a suspect, it's not a bad thing. If you're a suspect, get out the streets. Don't break the law. If you thinking that this is cool to turn over a phone and point out pictures of the people that the ops is trying to arrest and point them out, that means that you on the right track to be a civilian. It's not too late. Get off the street before you wind up in an interrogation room doing just what Lil Woody did. Lil Woody pointing that out on the phone, right? And this is what began the investigation. The title of this video is at Law and Order if you want to see the whole thing, right? Lil Woody appears to sleep on the stand while listening to interrogation room. He couldn't even look at himself doing what he did. He's disgusted with himself. He's disgusted that he got played and revealed for what he did. Now, if you tell today, you understand? And then someone gets locked up, and then tomorrow you say, I'm going to go back on my testimony, you know, on my statement, then you still told yesterday. So let me break this down. Let's ride with Lil Woody trial. I don't even know. I don't even know how we got here to me having to even explain this. Now, if somebody robbed you today, right? If somebody robbed you today and tomorrow they give you back your merchandise that they robbed, did they still rob you yesterday, or it's no longer a robbery because they returned the property they robbed you for? So this is the same thing going on with Lil Woody and this trial with Young Thug. He started the investigation. He gave them all this information. They looked at it like they got a slam dunk case because they got Lil Woody in their pocket. He gave them all this salacious information. Like Lil Woody said, you know, just to keep it 100 and to be, you know, biased, you know, not to be biased or whatever they call it, you know, not to pick sides. Now, Lil Woody sat there and said out his own mouth, you understand, that he lies, he told some truth and some lies. You don't tell any, you know, truth or lies and mention someone else's name. That's called ratting. Now, Lil Woody got all of this going with all of these interrogation tapes that they're probably going to play a whole lot more because, you know, Miss Hicks, the prosecutor, she's sitting here reading his statements that she wrote down, and that has people looking at it like, well, that's just what she said. That's not what Lil Woody said. So they took it a step further and said, now we're going to show you Lil Woody saying this stuff out his own mouth that he's now saying that he don't recall. But we have videotapes, so let's go back to the videotape. You know, that's how they did it. So now they're showing the videotape with Lil Woody actually in the room telling. He done got this investigation going. He done got them feeling like he's the key witness to lock up Young Thug. So being that they feel that he's the key witness to lock up Young Thug, they move forward with it. And this man been sitting in the jail for years and going through a trial for 18 months. And then in comes Lil Woody. Come screeching in, you know. Lil Woody comes in, and now he goes in and he's going back on everything he's saying. And then now y'all watching this is trying to say that because he's going back on what he's saying, he's not saying that YSL is a gang. You understand what I'm saying? But he's saying it at the right time, which is on the stand while he's on the oath. So that means more than anything else, because he said, I lied yesterday, but I'm telling the truth today. But does that still make him a liar because he lied yesterday? Y'all put that in the comment. Now, like I said, he was telling yesterday, you know, years ago, he was telling, and then here it is 10 years later, now he's blowing up the case. So did he still tell years ago? Was he ratting years ago? Now, if he was ratting years ago, and they got this far where he told them people's name, handing over phones, pointing it out and things like that, that means that he ratted. Once you rat, you can't go back and get a do-over. This is not an arcade game. There's no restart switch. If that was the case, when they gave me life plus 20 years in prison, I would have said, hold up, hit the do-over switch. Let me start this whole drug empire over and try and go a different direction. But they said, no, we caught you. That's it. Lil Woody got caught and put it on everybody else. He set out his own mouth that he's going to tell on anybody, and he's going to tell them anything they want to hear to save himself. Like I said, look at the characteristics of a real rodent. A rat. Take Woody out of this. You know what I mean? Even though he looks like one sitting in the cut, right? Now, take him out of this. You got a rat, a rodent in your house, in your garage, or wherever. They're real sneaky. They sneak out, they get the little crumbs, and they run back, and they crap all over the place. You know what I mean? And that's how you know they was there. This is the crap that Woody left all over the place, the same as rodent droppings. That's what he left. They collected all those rodent droppings, put them together to say that we have food here, and that's why the rodent dropped the drops, because he ate the food. So they say that Lil Woody ate food with these men on the streets in Atlanta. And nothing against Atlanta. I want to give Atlanta a big round of applause, because I know some official dudes out of Atlanta. All right? I even told you, calm down, y'all, calm down. I even told you a story about a dude from Atlanta that I was in Lum Park with that wound up pulling the police and then turned another homie on to another police. And they getting money. They know when they get money, be players, man. That's what I know Atlanta as. I don't know Atlanta as what I'm seeing right now after coming out of jail after 26 years, what I'm seeing with Lil Woody. There's no way you could sit there and tell yesterday, rat yesterday, snitch yesterday, and then today go in there and blow up the case, and then now you got a do-over on the ratting, so now you're no longer a rat. No, all you are is a rat that blew up the case, Woody. You a rat that blew up the case, and I congratulate you for blowing up the case. All right, calm down, y'all, calm down. Woody definitely get a round of applause because Woody doing his thing. He's very entertaining. He's creating a lot of content and a lot of opportunity for me to sit here and give the youth the rules so they understand, and hopefully they choose not to go on the street to wind up like Lil Woody. Lil Woody never expected this tape, or probably didn't even know he was being taped, to be brought out to the public. And that's why now he's trying to clear his name, because Lil Woody, before the ratting, was an official dude. 100% official. But once he started ratting, all of that went out the window. And that's the way it works on the street. You lose everything when you switch sides and go over there. You can't say, let me get a do-over and come back over here with my homies, because now you can't be trusted because you already bit the cheese, Woody. Woody, you bit the cheese. So you will forever be a rat with men and women from the street and that knows the street code that I'm implementing and letting y'all know now. You can't change the fact that you ratted. You did, however, blow the case up. So you a rat that blew the case up. If anybody disagree with that, please put it in the comments. Be respectable. I might even do a live, but for me to do a live, we got to be respectful with each other to speak our points because we could agree to disagree. And I'm going to say it again. Anyone that disagree with me, you're on the right path to be a citizen, and I'm begging you, get out the street. Get out the street. Because when you're on the street, if you get caught, you do your own time. Let me ride and tell you a story, and then I'm out of here. Right? I know these two dudes, right? You got Mike and Bob. Mike, is the cool dude that everybody loves. So whenever they say, Mike and Bob, they always say Mike's name first because Mike is a good dude, Bob is a bad dude. But Mike likes Bob, so he hangs with Bob. Bob goes out and commits a murder. When he commits the murder, the streets started saying, the same as they're saying here with Woody, the streets are saying that Woody did this killing and that killing. The streets started saying it was Mike and Bob. So the police, first thing they did was go grab Mike, because that's the first name they heard. When they grabbed Mike, they charged Mike with the murder. Now they charge Mike with the murder, and Mike is facing a murder for what Bob did, but Mike wasn't even there, had nothing to do with it, and Mike is not a murderer. Mike is a good dude. He just hung with a murderer. That's why you have to pick and choose those that you choose to hang with, because you know what they say, those that you hang with will show who you are. It's a saying that goes, ask me who a person is. Like, show me your person's friends and I'll tell you who they are. So Mike gets locked up for the murder. He goes to trial. He blows trial. He never tells on Bob. Bob never came forward and said, no, it wasn't Mike, it was me. Bob kept his mouth shut and laid in the cut, and Mike went to trial, blew trial, and got 25 to life. Now, he gets 25 to life, and when he gets 25 to life, he's doing his time, and I run into him when he has at first, like 25 years. I ran into him in one of the lockup jails. And he's telling me about his case because I do legal work. As you see, I know the law. So I'm looking over his case, and I said, damn, all you needed was Bob to come in and say that it wasn't you. You can't get in touch with Bob to get Bob to say that it wasn't you, And he said, no, I haven't heard from Bob. I said, but it's been 20 years. He said, yeah, I haven't heard from him. So in 20 years, you have not heard from Bob? Come on, what type of time is that? I said, Bob didn't send you no money? He said, no. He said, man, Bob Bob just had a daughter. You know what I mean? And, that was the end of that. I go on to a couple of other prisons, and then we wind up again out in Atwater, California. I run into him again 15 years later. He has 25 in. At this time, I got maybe 18 in, 20. So now he goes, and we're in the yard, we working out. And I said, yo, whatever happened with your case that I was looking at in the last jail? He said, man, nothing, man. There's nothing that I could do because they convicted me. I said, yeah, but you didn't do it. I said, I know. I said, but Bob did it. And he said, yeah, I know, but, Bob ain't coming forward. You know what I mean? So right there, the code is, because Bob is not coming forward, he can't go and say, it wasn't me. I've been locked up 25 years and now I'm ready to tell the truth and let you know that it was Bob. Go lock up Bob. So he had to eat that. So I asked him, right? I said, yo, if you could tell right now that it was Bob to get out of jail tomorrow, would you? And he said, hell no. I didn't have to ask him why. I knew why. I was just asking that to test his gangster. You know what I mean? And yeah, y'all say that ain't gangster, but that's what a rat bastard and a civilian is supposed to say. A civilian is not a rat bastard. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is a civilian is supposed to say, man, I didn't do it. I'm not going to take the weight for it. You understand what I'm saying? I lived my life. I didn't commit the crime, and that's it. But when you're on the streets and you're going by the code of the streets, if they pick you up and it's someone else that did it, you can't even say it wasn't them. You know what I mean? You know, that it wasn't me, it was them. Because now you'll be ratting. Y'all put it in the comment. I know y'all could make a lot of content off of that, but this is a true story. I got a million true stories where dudes got locked up for things they didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, dude, okay, I know a dude, right, that I ain't even gonna give you that one. But I've been on here long enough. I don't want to be here too long. I just want to let it be known that, yo, Woody told, man. Bottom line, Woody snitched. You know what I mean? And then Woody came to court to clean it up. So being that he came to court to clean it up, you know, he did good by cleaning it up, AKA blowing up the case, but he still snitched by beginning the case. You need paperwork after you see this phone in this detective's hand and Woody pointing out the picture. You need paperwork to say that Woody snitched. And this is not to bash Woody. This is just to use this as a tutorial to give you how the game is played, because Woody is allowing you to see it exactly what a rat do. A rat is going to tell on anybody. I've seen a rat get caught on the glue trap in the Bronx in the apartment. 3 legs was off, 1 leg was on, and he ate his own leg off in order to free himself. How many of y'all, if you get caught in a bear trap, is gonna chop or gonna just eat your own leg off to free yourself? Put that in the comment. If you get caught in a bear trap, one of your leg caught, would you eat your own leg off to free yourself? A rat do whatever he has to do to survive. And that's what you have to understand. Do you know that if, you know, I've seen, right? I'm gonna tell you some more stuff I've seen. There was an old alleyway behind one of the old, you know, herb spots we had in the Bronx, and I used to throw food out there every day, and the rats be hungry. Nobody fed them. It was nothing but garbage. We was in the Bronx. People used to throw furniture and junk out the window. I used to throw chicken. You know, when I eat my chicken, because my brother was a Rasta, I'm working in the herb gates. I'm not allowed to, you know, eat meat in there or chicken or nothing like that. Nothing with the life blood in it. You know, our Rastafarians do straight vegetarian. So I used to have, you know, my little runner go get me, you know, some chicken and fried rice. They come up, I'm eating the chicken, and I take the bones every day and I throw it out the window at 3 o'clock right before my brother comes in, you know, the apartment, because he can't find no chicken. I got the window open to get the smell out, and I'm fanning the window, and I'm throwing the chicken out the window every day. So one day, I didn't eat that day yet. So my brother comes in, and he sits on the windowsill. And as he's sitting on the windowsill, he's talking to me, and we're chilling, and he looked down, and he see these big rats this big. They was huge. They stood up. They looked like they was about 2 feet. They stood up, right? They would stand up on their hind legs. They looking up. I got this in the book of Rowan Harlem. Go read a Rowan Harlem, right? This is one of the chapters in a Rowan Harlem. The rats is on their hind legs, and they looking up, and they going like this with their little whiskers, and they looking up at the window. And my brother looked down, and he said, "Whoa, what is that?" You know what I mean? And I look out the window, and I seen the rats, and I literally heard the rats say, "Feed me," because I normally feed them at that time. So now I'm looking out, and I see these little rodents sitting there looking up, and this is why I hate rats. They looking up, and then, you know, I didn't throw no food out, and I didn't get to get the food yet. So I look out the window after my brother leaves to call my runner to go get me the chicken and rice. And when I look up, you know, fried chicken and rice, they used to give you 5 pieces of fried chicken and a little tub of rice. Y'all remember that, for like $3 in New York City, right? 5 pieces of chicken and rice for $3, right? And some spots even gave you a soda with it. But I look out the window to call my man, and the rats was still looking up like this. And as they looking up, I said, man, I looked and I threw something out there. And when I threw it out there, you know, when I threw it out the window, hold on, this is my man. Yo, Mo, I'm doing a video. Let me call you right back unless you want to say something. This is about Lil Woody. I ain't even say your name yet, so you already know you're good. This is about Lil Woody, how he told, and then now he's blowing the case up, you know, the next day, and people has been calling me on my phone saying that they don't think Lil Woody's a rat because they haven't solved the paperwork. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that. That nigga rat, man. That nigga rat. That nigga rat. I ain't got nothing to say about that.
But that's what I'm saying. Look, Woody, I'm saying, my bag. Excuse me for even saying that. But they saying that, look, that Woody is not a rat because they didn't see no paperwork. And I'm showing them a video with Woody in the interrogation room where they asked him about somebody. He's giving them their name, giving the correct spelling. He pulls his phone out his pocket and he said, hold on, I got some notes in my phone. This is a dude on the street.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go ahead. Just make sure you hit me later.
All right.
Man, I'm mad at you. We beefing.
Oh, man, we beefing? All right. I know. I came, you didn't see me. I already know, but I didn't stay long.
All right, man.
I know. All right.
Call me when you finish.
All right. Yeah, love. You know, that's what the homies call it in, man. He been vexed because I went to his town and didn't, you know, call him. I only went for a day, but that's how it is when, you know, when you got real family, but you can't see everybody at one time. But check it out, right? So the rats is up there, and while they on, see, I go right back to the story. You know, we're going to ride back to the story. So the rats is out there, and they on their hind legs. I'm looking down, and I look around, and I had some chicken, some bones that I hid, that I ate the night before. It wasn't a lot like I normally throw out. So I throw it out the window, and the rats that was out there, they started fighting for these couple out there, 2 or 3 pieces of bone. And after the main rats got it, I sat there and I watched the other rats eat the other rats because they was hungry. You see the mentality of a rat? They would even eat their comrades, their family members, if they felt their survival depended on it. When you're on the street, right, your survival, right, is number one. But your honor is that prize. And the honor of starving before you eat your comrade. If you didn't have anything to eat, would you eat your comrade? If you were starving, ain't had no food for 20 days, and you hungry, and your man sitting there, your girl sitting there, would you think, damn, you know, that leg look like a, you know, look like a lamb chop, you know what I mean? Or that arm look like a hot dog. Would you eat your comrade? That's what a rat do. Their main objective is to survive. That's it. You can't trust a rat. And I'm telling you now, don't get involved in the street because this thing is real. All right? Now, I'm about to tap out, cop the book of Raw in Harlem at rawinharlem.com. That was a scene from a Raw in Harlem. And then make sure you hit the notification bell if you're already subscribed. And if you're just subscribing, subscribe and hit the notification bell. My phone number's on the screen if you want to talk sensibly. Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the logo and it say it was created in 2020. That's the phone number to this phone that I do answer. Even when I bought a brand new iPhone 15 for y'all, you know, but be respectful. You know what I mean? Because I get real nasty. If you think you can troll me, trust me, I troll birds. I go tell you suck your mother. You know what I mean? You know, I love it. You know, I'm not even going to front. You know what I mean? But let's keep this thing going. We've been on here long enough. Make sure you cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? And let's get this thing moving because we're not into this over here, Unique Mecca Audio. We're just giving y'all the real, how this go. So hopefully you choose not to be a part of the streets. All right?
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars, it's about buying property.